Hey guys, and welcome back to the IEM Shanghai Qualifiers. ANZ region, map 1, going the way of Grayhound. I think it was not necessarily a commanding victory for Grayhound, but it was definitely a solid victory for them.
It wasn't liquid, that's for certain, so I'd agree with you there. It wasn't an absolute demolition like we saw earlier between Order and Legacy, but what we did see was Grayhound taking their opportunities and just making sure that they reset better than Order did. Coming into Overpass, it's been a while since I've seen Grayhound play Overpass. I mean, name a more iconic duo in terms of Australian Counter-Strike.
Try and think of one for you, Kev. How about Order and banning Cobblestone?
Yeah, we could also go Grayhound and banning Train.
That's true, that's true. A few that you can throw in there, but definitely Grayhound is a very, very solid side on. Not only even just against Australian teams, but against international teams as well, taking this map. So, expect that they are going to be able to have a good run here. And actually, now that we've seen that first map go to Grayhound, I think it could well be a 2-0. But we'll see how they go here. This round, making their way B-side.
Out they come, but they're still close to the column, but the closer range that you get to the Glocks, it means that the Glocks become that one-shot potential as Alistair. Just straight through smoke gets the first kill for the CT side. Malta's going to be trading too fast and furious back in, and eventually Liaz, it doesn't matter if you've got armor and the Glocks do no damage, or barely any damage, is chipping away, and Sicko has made his way into water, 2-on-1. Don't know if there's a kit available for him though, as
there is.
He's just retrieved it, but he's still got to find these headshots.
Yeah, he's been very good on the pistol rounds for his side so far tonight, but this one I think is just a little bit beyond him. Too many players to deal with, not enough time. Malta eloquently shuts it down. 3 kills for Malta there. HP for him as well, so not a bad pistol round there for the young gun, the new player in that roster. I guess he's not too new anymore, but of the team, he's the newest.
They're also young compared to us, if you really look at it that way.
I know, dude. It makes me feel bad every time I think about it.
Like, imagine if we go young guns, and then Imagine and Sicko are probably like, hang on a moment.
Yeah. It is what it is, I guess. But, yeah, this Grayhound side shaping up quite nicely, and they're shaping toward that B-bomb site, which is completely open right now. Order have bought pistol and armor here, but not going to really get the opportunity to use it.
They're just going to save it for the next round. Look, you can keep the next round competitive, just chill out and just, you know when the round's long gone and over. So you decide to just go save and playground, have a bit of a swing. Relive your childhood, you know.
Yeah, it's always nice to go back, isn't it?
Yeah, when things were easier, or at least things felt easier. Don't know if they actually were easier or not, but I swear my parents said that if you get into university and finish a degree, you get a job.
Well, that's gotten a little bit too real, a little bit too fast. Yeah. Well, Malta's gone down. He's found himself a UMP.
Could be beneficial for Order getting some money in the bank account.
Terrorists win.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Bless you.
If I had a cough button, I would use it, but I don't have one at home. So, put up with me sneezing a little bit.
I feel like your sniffling has degraded every single hour.
It's definitely been getting worse.
Yeah, well, I think I know who's going to be supporting a quick 2-0 for Grayhound tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Elfish Guy.
Yeah, I need to go have a shower and de-stress. This Counter-Strike game giving me too much stress, Kev.
To de-stress after your day.
It's setting my nose off.
Oh, that made my day already. But this will also make Order's day right now. I mean, close range with CZs could do some damage, but out comes the attack on the B-bomb site. Liaz is not going to make Dexter's day. Imagine dancing around with the UMP, looking to rack up a bit of money. There hasn't been any rotation from the other members just yet.
Yeah, just a really nice crossfire set up there from Grayhound as they enter the site, but he's got that UMP, putting it to good use. Dick Stacy, nice couple of shots, tapping away the head of EMAG. Spraying away, really, I guess. Malta has a little bit of work to do here, actually, because the bomb's not down. Just needs to make sure that he can keep old mate Dick Stacy alive. The smoke's down, and Hats walks right into the spray, so all good in the hood for Grayhound.
Similarly, though, Auto will be very happy with that round, as they managed to deny a lot of economy.
Yep. Good indeed. But first gun round, this is where we get to see how the cookie really is going to crumble.
Can we come up with a new saying? I think how the cookie crumbles is going to...
I think you use that one more than me now.
How the tofu fractures in water. That doesn't have the same...
I don't like tofu. But look at this from Emag. The smoke's down. Oh, come on, Emag. All you need to do is pull the trigger, and you are going to absolutely wipe the floor with Grayhound.
Oh, no. He's blind. Oh, that was a perfect flashbang. Alistair staying alive still. Doing so much damage.
Yes, fully caught by the flashbang as well. He's going to give Malta an opportunity. Another kill out for him as well. Malta's having a cracker, actually, so far.
He's enjoying his love and life right now in Hats. He's going to be loving that timing right now.
Got the bomb. Gratisfaction.
That's really smart from Hats. Fired while he dropped down.
Gratisfaction now. And you back him to hit a shot like this, don't you? Hats is going to be lucky to survive now. Oh, he has gotten the angle, and Gratisfaction quite peeking as much as he needed to. Well, now a little bit of HP to go away. Oh, I think he might have just tagged him on the leg.
20 damage.
That's the kind of shot that Grad is going to hit, isn't it? It's just ridiculous, the sort of stuff that this guy... I mean, I don't even need to talk, I think. I think I just let that play out, and you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about.
All I can envision right now is snot all over your keyboard. That's what I'm picturing right now.
Yep. Yep. Well, needed a clean anyway.
Okay, order back on the CZs. Once again, Grayhound looking pretty solid so far, but that's what we said about order in the previous one. Can't just have a solid start. You've got to have...
Yeah, can't just... You've got to have the follow-up. You put down the little base, but you need to build the rocket ship as well.
And then just jettison off?
Yeah. To the moon.
Not to Mars?
They sent dogs to the moon once?
I think they did. It was actually, I think they sent a Russian dog first to Grayhound. Not to Grayhound.
See, I got you.
To the space, sorry, not to Grayhound.
To the space. Yes. Alright, well, let's see what Grayhound can do here. It is going to be, again, pistols and armor out for the majority of that order roster. Always deadly. Weapons in their hands, but the way that they've been stacking the bomb sites, I mean, Order have been kind of reading it a little bit. Dexter, a little unlucky on the timing there. We'll go down to Sicko. Now Order starts to rotate up to the A bomb site, which making things look a little bit better for them. Thought Grayhound was going to be able to walk in there with no real problems, but now they're going to have to actually fight their way in. And again, letting that timer tick down. We saw that a few times on Cache.
I think they feel safer grouping up to the B bomb site. They've lost too much control of the A bomb site to really feel safe committing, but that's just going to allow Order to rotate out. This is disastrous right now because out come the grenades. I mean, Leon's is caught out in the open right now. Urkast, though, still getting taken down. These AKs are fighting it out on bridge, but this is not the best position to be.
They
can't even get the bomb down.
Sicko is going to close this round out here for Order. Nothing that Malta can do about it. Again, I mean, this is a problem that Grayhound have faced multiple times so far in this match. Very, very late executes into the sites. Leaves them with little or no sort of ability to just check all of their angles. And Order read that one perfectly, to be fair. I mean, you got to give them credit on that one as well. They rotated straight away into the B site at the perfect time. But Grayhound is not giving themselves the best opportunities to take these sites.
To me, that really boiled down to, this is just down to me obviously emphasizing the importance of toilet control. And Order had pistols in there. They were controlling the corridor for ages, and you can see in this round all of a sudden they didn't have that, and look what happened. Actually, I think he's been spotted out, and Malta, like you said, has been having a phenomenal game so far. And Alistair's eventually... Oh man, Malta just coming out, entering, and just holding this close position as well. Hats to get this entry, but Malta, he's just...
This is 5 rounds in, Kev. He's got 16 kills. He's 16 and 3.
A wrong thing to look at. He's only on 12.
Oh, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Well, even still, 12 is very, very impressive. And at the end of this round, he might... Oh, never mind, he's dead. Okay. Yeah, he's on 12, but look, I mean, 12. Can't complain about that one. And Dick Stacey hits a very, very nice shot. Gratisfaction, another. Grayhound doing amazingly. But yeah, Malta is tearing Order apart right now.
And he's a little bit sick of not being allowed to thrive, I guess. So he's just going out and going, you know what, I'll create the conditions. He's just going straight out.
Yep. There's such a dynamic roster in that sense when you look at Greyhounds, is that any one of those players can really stand up and have an amazing game. It was Dexter last game on Cage toward the end there, having awesome entries. And now it's Malta doing the exact same thing. Entries everywhere. Really giving a headache over to Order, who's again been reset. At solo holding a long. He had a helmet there, but even if he did, it really probably wouldn't have mattered. Multiple players to deal with, and a long control now there for Grayhound.
They still got to wrestle this off Sicko at the moment. Oh, Dick Stacey, 1-on-1. Big Rig's going to come out on top.
Gratisfaction kind of left a little bit high and dry there. The range should come out here by Malta anyway. He's going to continue to pad those stats up, and Dick Stacey will helping hand as well.
It's Wild West showdown between the smoke.
Lurcaster's got more bullets in his gun.
That was always my theory for buying the Bison. Doesn't matter if it doesn't do as much damage. You got more bullets to do more damage with. Why you don't just look at the DPM charts, ultimately, at the end of the day.
I mean, time to kill, I think, is a fairly important statistic when you're considering Counter-Strike.
Yeah, Bison.
It'll take you 10 seconds. 10 seconds to kill someone, and with the AK, it's like half a second.
Oh, full eco, and... okay. Yeah, how was your day today, Jordan? This round's over before it's even begun.
Yeah, look, I didn't do a whole lot. I thought I was going to go to the gym today, but then all my boys dogged me. And so I went to the shops instead. Literally only bought milk. 3 litres, if you're interested.
3 litres of milk, jeez.
I'm a Weet-Bix kid. I do like my milk. But yeah. Then I came here and I started setting up for this stream. Now we're here.
Sounds like you had a very difficult day.
Walter's having a really good day as well. 4 kills for him.
Maybe he had his, you know, maybe he's a Weet-Bix kid as well right now, but...
Walter has finally hit that 16 mark that I thought he was at earlier.
Oh, only 7 rounds
Only
in.
7 rounds.
Pretty slow, if you ask me.
If I know Malta, he can do better.
I'm not satisfied unless, you know, it's 30 kills by now.
Yep. That's the Malta I know.
But 7-1. All right, on a serious note, 7-1 at the moment. Tactical pause finally coming out from Order, but their economy is still...
neither here nor there.
Pretty much. I was about to say that if it was... it is still looking pretty trash considering the amount of rounds that they have lost.
Yeah.
A FAMAS? A FAMAS on Alistair, not an M4, a FAMAS.
Oh, they want the utility, clearly. On someone, at least. There's a little bit there for Hatsiko and Liaz, but...
This is down to... I mean, this is also a state of the game at the moment for the CT side, where if you don't have money because you forced up, this is what happens if you get reset once. They haven't had any buy rounds to really play with. This is their 3rd buy round, and one of them has been... none of them have been a true buy round where they've got an AWP and everything they wanted to work with. Well, they had one, they lost it. Everything else has just been, alright, it's been very haphazard. But that's not how you win Overpass. You can't rely solely on a player popping off with a FAMAS or M4s. You need that AWP in the hands of Sicko controlling corridors. You need AWPs in the hands of critical players, or rifles and more utility.
Yeah. Orders just can't get the tools that they need. But, to be fair, we've seen a 7-1 scoreline already today. In that last match, it was Order up 7-1. They ended up losing that map, so... who's to say this one is over just yet? Grayhound will have more work to do. Count our chickens before they hatch. B-bomb site, though, option of choice for them. B-mag. A lot of pressure will go down. Cast. Being traded out by Liaz, but it's a 1-for-1. Not too bad for Grayhound. They forced the rotate as well. That bomb will slowly progress up to Order.
They're not sold just yet because there's no committal, and that's the right thing for Order to say, is that no one's committed just yet. Let's hold on. Let's hold our horses for a moment. And well, the real attack is going to be the A-bomb site right now. And oh, it has so much responsibility. But he can't, he's not even allowed a reprieve right now.
Yeah, I mean,
as soon as
you can't expect him to get more than one there, really. Like, it's just not possible. Unless Grayhound messes up, Hats is only good for one.
Yeah, that's not saying it had to pull off something phenomenal, or Grayhound had to miss a few crazy shots. But I mean, out we come. They're still going to be committing to this retake. I understand how dangerous it is, but man, not even an opportunity given. Grayhound
hitting shots.
Is hitting everything that they need to right now, and probably just feeling that and feeding off the confidence from Malta. And I just don't want to see Order buy anything too particularly fancy right now. They need all the money they can get coming into the next buy round.
Yeah, trouble with Hats' position is really like, once his position is known, he's got nowhere to go. So, can't really dance around anything, nothing cover. Fortunate, but that is what it is. Grayhound go 8-1 up, probably 9-1 up after this round as well. They ludicrously charge into the B bomb side, and I don't expect the Grayhound are going to be doing that. They've been playing fairly slow at the start of their rounds for the majority of tonight, working their way in slowly and making sure they check everything. So it looks like that's going to be the strategy again for them. They should be quite happy in 20 or 30 seconds time to find that the A bomb site relatively open.
The only round that they did lose was also the round where they were able to deny the economy of Grayhound, as well as make sure time ran out because Grayhound executed too late. So no telling and saying at this particular point that Order can't actually win this round, especially if they gamble correctly. And once again, they're starting to suspect something's going on, and they're coming over to the A-bomb site. That said, though, Grayhound much closer this time around and in numbers, getting the Molotovs in the right places. But how else going to work out? So far, Gratisaction swinging like a madman. Surely he's eventually got to go down, but he can't. He won't go down. He's still alive on 2 HP, and the rest of the boys are there to clean up. Could have been dangerous, but it wasn't.
Could have, yeah. I mean, the difference there for Grayhound is, A, they have a lot more time to work with, so they're not feeling as pressured. Also, they're a lot closer to the bomb site, which you mentioned, and that gives them at least a little bit less pressure. And then, of course, they get that opening frag as well, you know. If they lose the first kill, you know, you can start to see maybe Order having a chance there. But that was how it was supposed to go for Grayhound earlier on, where they did end up losing the round, and that's exactly how they should be closing rounds out like that. So really, really well done from them. And now 9-1 up, but we do finally see I guess, a good buy through from Order. Admittedly lacking head armor, but kind of too much when it's full AKs for Grayhound. They've got double orbs, they've got utility. Order needs to win this round.
And the amount of dominance right now is just looking at Grayhound's economy as Alistair. Oh, Alistair's just straight out. All right. Manages to beat the timing for everything. He's going to be peeking underpass, and Urcast might just walk into this if he's not careful. Gonna have to back out.
Grayhound again are going to be hitting the B bomb site through Monster. It has been their go-to play. But they've actually done a really, really nice job of completely cutting Order out of their bomb site. Order playing a little aggressive, just into dirty water, and it's kind of worked to their detriment as they get locked out by the Molotovs.
I mean, I'll go into it after this round, but the bomb plant should go down eventually. 5 in dirty water. I've never seen this in my life. 5 in dirty water on the CT side, and the T's controlling the rest of the territory. They're just trying to find maybe a cheeky boost here or there.
I mean, at this point, if you're Order, you kind of have to give this round up. You can't get into the B bomb site just through one or two angles. They're just going to go ahead and throw away both of the orbs. There's no way they'll be able to retrieve those. So that's a big investment from Order that's absolutely not worked out.
And once again, it's Malta ruining them by just going in, just making sure they can't save the orbs on that timing. They knew that they were about to back off. What I wanted to quickly say, as Grayhound looked to hunt out the rest of the guns, is the reason why Grayhound committed to that monster is most likely they noticed Alistair with the orb there in that position. And so they've gone and done the maths. Alright, you wouldn't allow Alistair to solo play that position with the AWP. There's also one in underpass. So there's going to be 2 water and 1 unders. How many is it going to be on the B bomb site? It can only be 1 at most. And that's why they made the decision. And you can see, imagine, he's caught in no man's land. Either he has to go to short and fall back to his teammates, or he has to stand and fight. Grayhound won that just on the basis of understanding the fact of what Order were going to do, and they're in the right position to execute on the B bomb site. Really well played by them. And once again, it's just back to the drawing board for Order.
Definitely. Very, very good stuff. Rather from Grayhound. Not so good stuff from Order. Down 10-1. I'm feeling as though this matchup might already be over. Like, we might be in for a really, really quick night. Dare I say the 2-0 here for Grayhound called early, but anything can happen. Well, we know the skill level of these order players is enough to make a comeback happen. You just need to get probably the last 4 rounds of this half, bring it to a 10-5, start off with a pistol. I mean, it's a lot of ifs. Who's to say it can't happen?
If's got to start from somewhere, and
Yep.
that's how you start it off. Really risky play from Dexter, trying to create an opportunity over the A bomb site, but if this works... Just like that, he's able to pick off both defenders on the A bomb site as Hat's just pretending it's maybe a park walk at the moment, and look where the rest of Grayhound are.
Yeah,
On the other side of the
very,
map.
very solid lurk. That's a little unfortunate for him, made a little bit too much noise. E-Mag's gonna take him down. Now Grayhound on the B bomb site. Ooh, a little bit interesting. Do a 2v2. Best possible round so far for Order that we've seen, but Malta, again, he's just having an absolutely stellar game. And up against Liaz, oh, not quite going to win the aim duel. Down to 12 HP, and Liaz is going to chase him down. Also going to pop the flash out just to deny some time, but Liaz should win this one, and he does. Malta can't quite get enough done in the end there, and well, that's his 5th death for the game, so 20 and 5, a 4.0 KD. You really be feeling pretty good about that if you're Malta, but you would have loved to have picked up that clutch.
In order to finally pick up a round after I don't know how many rounds. And they're putting themselves in reset potential, which is even the scarier thing. Oh boy, Grayhound can buy until the end of the half. That's not going to be an issue. This Order are still opting to go for the double AWP setup, which is going to be very costly. Lacky utility on some of the members as well. Dare I say it, must win in terms of them for this round?
I would say it is. I mean, if you said that, then yeah, I would agree. I think it's very important, really, for Order. If they lose this reset, like the half just falls by the wayside. If they win, it's still not over, really. It's just such a mountain to climb for Order, isn't it? But at least it'll give them some semblance of sort of control back in if they can win a couple of rounds in a row. But be tough. I was going to say I wouldn't have been surprised to actually see if Grayhound would have just gone quickly in this round, try and catch Order off guard, change something up, but they've decided again to just default back to that slow play. What they did decide to go to. I mean, B bomb side is in all likelihood going to be where it is.
I don't think they were expecting this double AWP. One AWP, certainly, because they knew that Liaz carried one over from the previous round, but I don't think they know Order's economy is actually good enough to afford the second AWP. Okay. That's going to be still sitting behind the smoke to try and bait them in at this stage, but Alistair's still alive and dancing around the column with the AWP. But if he steps out a little bit too far, Dick Stacey is going to chime in with a few picks, and this B bomb site just on brute force has worked out for Grayhound.
Yep.
That's all they need, really.
They're so comfortable on that B side, and Gratisfaction, what an open plant here. A little bit risky if Sicko would push that smoke, but very unlikely, I guess, for Sicko to do that. And even if he did, might have been a chance for a trade for his teammates. So, Order, I think you'll have to back out of this one and just save, because 3v2, trying to go into the B site, not really much utility on the CT side there. And considering you'd be reset at the end of this round if you lose both those guns. Definitely the wise decision here from Order, but it just must hurt so much to give another round over to Grayhound.
You got to be making the high percentage plays right now, and saving the weapons are going to be a high percentage. But you're right, it is going to be hurting because you want to be fighting back, you want to be trying to win these rounds, and you're just conceding these slowly and steadily, and it means that when you go onto your own T side and Grayhound theoretically have the advantageous CT side, you're not going to have much to play with. On the T side, that is.
Yeah. They don't have much to play with in round 14 either. There's the AWP for Sicko. For Masters, for E-Mag and Hats. See what Liaz and Alistair are going to be able to get. Liaz. Yeah, it's not pretty. Not pretty at all.
Yep, and it's just gone from, I guess, bad to worse for Order.
Out of the frying pan into the fire, so to speak. Alistair does get a nice pop flash onto Gratisfaction with only a UMP. Like, what can you really be expected to do at that kind of a range? Gratisfaction does get away fairly scot-free. It's timing on that spray from Malta. Can do no wrong right now.
He could always do no wrong in my eyes. I'm not gonna lie. No?
Oh look, let's not be too nice to old Malta. Otherwise he'll start to think we might actually like him.
Oh, true that. Better not give
don't
Liam
want
a
that.
big head. Oh, we don't keep it. We don't keep him lean and humble, you know.
Look, he was part of my Sydney K barbecue crew, and now he left me to go and live in Melbourne. So, friendship over.
Oh, true that. The weekly Strathfield Lidcombe, as it looks like they're going to try and make it a weekly A site incursion right now. I mean, so far success has been the motto, but they're trying to get this bomb plant down in the smoke, and that means that there's actually not enough firepower just out for them to duel it out.
Rat with the pistol needed to hit something pretty magical there, but where is Dexter? That's the real question. He's on top of Optimus Prime, and the CTs have absolutely no clue where he is. He's deciding not to peek, playing that timer, and Sticko, well, he hits the shot, but it's not a big enough shot. He'll have enough time to clean it up with the pistol. Definitely could have been Dexter's round if he would have peeked at the right time, but he wasn't to know. And Order find their third. Better than nothing.
And they still get guns up, so that's always good. They can at least fight it out, so...
Yeah, but fighting it out for 11-4. Well, that's what I'd be wanting to be doing. Still 12-3 is a possibility for Grayhound, which at this point, I mean, Grayhound 12-3, lovely. Love it. You like McDonald's?
Oh, I don't know about that. I've not been loving it recently, so...
Well, it's a good thing they don't sponsor us then, isn't it?
No, just, you know, been eating healthy recently, or trying to eat healthy. Sicko's trying to make a good, healthy pick, and he's rewarded. The lean green. The mean green. The mean green, so to speak, for Sicko.
Talking about Urcast Avatar?
No, the orb. Because they call it the big green.
I get it. Not working too nicely for Greyhound on this A-bomb side in the last couple of rounds. That's going to be the end of the first half, 11-4. Greyhound. Order, I guess, it's better than what they could have found themselves in, but it's really an awful situation, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it works out, which is the most important thing. They can at least have something for Order to play with, but for Greyhound, it's as soon as you win pistol. I mean, I think we saw the scoreline on the Legacy game on versus Order on Cache, is that you drop the pistol, you're going to be bowing out of this competition very, very quickly, unless you can win a force buy. For Order, I mean, pistols, absolute must win now, and you just got to slowly grind it out from here to bring it back into map number 3.
Yep. Not sure what else to say, Kev. I think you've pretty much wrapped it up. It's do or die, really, for Order. It's pistol round. They go toward the B bomb site, which is where Greyhound are stacking a large contingent of their members. So, the Dirty Water go Order. Greyhound are very, very well prepared to deal with this offensive. Urcast flashed out just a little bit. That's a very, very good flash onto the attacking team players, but Dick Stacey cannot land the shots. And Hats presented with a double kill. Order steamrolling this B bomb site off the back of some poor shooting from Greyhound, really. That's what it comes down to. Pistol round 1. They need it.
I think it was, this is going to sound a little bit mean to Dick Stacey, but I'm fairly certain I saw missed shots than I saw hit shots in that kind of opportunity, which is a little bit awkward.
Yep.
See, there's one thing I don't understand, right? Why would you move to Melbourne? Because the servers are all in Sydney.
I don't know. Maybe they like Melbourne better. I mean,
I'd
honestly,
rather
if
move to...
I didn't have to live in Sydney, I wouldn't.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but neither would I. I'd rather actually go up to Brisbane.
Brisbane's lovely.
Or Adelaide.
Brisbane is awesome. Anyone considering a visit to Australia in the Twitch chat? I mean, Sydney's nice if you're a tourist, I guess, but Brisbane's the place to be. Anyway. Greyhound, of course, with their gaming house is what we're talking about. First one for Australian Counter-Strike.
I don't think it's the first one necessarily. I think there's been attempts at it before, whether it was like a full gaming house.
First permanent one, I think you would say. Like for Legacy, they had one for a little bit, but that was kind of like half the League of Legends one, and CS team used it every now and then. But apart from that, I can't think of anyone that would have had
I think
one.
TM, I think briefly did, but I can't remember exactly if that was for CS or not.
Not so sure.
Well, enough about gaming houses because Order just going to be strolling onto the A bomb site.
As they should be. No real concerns in this round. Not much for Grayhound to work with. Malta gets a kill on the Sicko. Might just get out of there, but not quite. Leo's too good with the Mac 10. Rat all on his own. Easy kill for Emag. See another eco out here from Grayhound after this one. Waiting for that gun round.
I guess you can see the economical difference in terms of what Greyhound do. Already, they just get a few maybe basic pistols to do damage, but they're really relying on the bulk of, I guess, M4s and utility to carry it forward. They don't want, and I think this is the correct decision, you don't want to allow Order a glimpse back into this match. Yeah. And the way that you do is you go into your first buy round under-equipped. You want to come into your first buy round, you want to come out hard and swing at the T's to make sure that you're just closing out the game from here. There's so many times, once again, we've seen such a good T side peter out into just a abysmal CT side.
This is true. This is true. You can't count out of this just yet. I mean, there was a commanding lead there for Greyhound at 11-4, but now at 11-7, it looks significantly less scary for the T side. It's going to be though, if Order don't manage to win this round, you know, we're straight back to kind of square one. It feels like where Greyhound is just
I wouldn't necessarily say back to square one just yet, because Order have rounds to work with on the T side. Their economy is going to be in better shape.
Yeah.
And Greyhound really can't build up their economy, and that's the difference, right? By the time Greyhound build up their economy, the game would be over. So Order can afford to, I guess, keep swinging and try to trade 2 for 1 and try to equalize the scenario. And that's where the last 3 rounds or 2 rounds for Order and their CT half came in so handy. It gives them that breathing space. It's a difference between a 14-7 or a 14-4 as well as a 11-7 scoreline right now. Doesn't sound like a lot of those last 3 rounds because they look like consolidation rounds, but in the scheme of things, it actually means quite a bit.
Oh, you're definitely right. Definitely right. 1 for us and 1 less for them. So, you know, it's that the balancing act really for Order. But it's not quite balanced just yet. Still need to put a little bit more weight at Order side. Back into balance, but for now, first gun round, pretty critical one. It's setting the tone for the rest of this half. Order exploring the A-long area, making a lot of noise though. Greyhound should be well aware of what's going on right now.
Sicko is able to get the better of Gratisfaction posted up on the angle, and that's going to be the go signal for the A-bomb site. Dexter and Imagine, who's going to come out on top of the edge of the smoke? Good question right now. They're both hiding just on opposite partitions. The rest of the attack.
For Greyhound. Now absolutely so, but that's it. The round's over. When Dick Stacy and Dexter go down, there is no chance for Greyhound.
That's what I mean. This is Order. All of a sudden, 3 rounds between, and what was a very scary margin at 10-2 has now become 11-8.
Yep. Closer and closer and closer. Look at the money here for Greyhound, and it's abysmal. 4 losses in a row, but they will have to take an eco. Get a buy through in the next.
I don't think for Order at the moment, they really can sense it now that they're back in this game. They know that the momentum's all in their way. They've got the money to work with. They've got rounds to work with now. That's so critical. They didn't have rounds to work with in terms of the end of the CT because they're desperately struggling. But now they can have a bit of a breather and start really thinking about what they need to be doing. It's not a dire situation as it was, I guess, 7 rounds ago.
Well, Overpass keeps the M4. So there is maybe a small semblance of hope for Greyhound in this round. If he can make something happen, our eyes on him. Right now, he was just being boosted up on the B site. Order have seen that though. Spamming through does a bit of damage to Malta. All in all, Order should be able to make this one work, but Malta, if he can get rid of Pats, that'll be an AK in his hands, and now we just need to see some kills from Urcast to delay Order getting into this B bomb site. It's tough though for Urcast. They know his position. The grenades do a lot of damage, and that's a great shot onto Alistair. Very, very sharp indeed. Another one for Urcast, and now it suddenly looks possible for Grayhound as Malta's on the rotate out of Dirty Water, going for the long wrap. But the bomb's dropped on the site. Now it's on Sicko and Liaz.
Sicko's got to be probing and finding these opportunities. Gratisfaction only has a pistol. Probably the worst scenario to have a pistol at this stage. Sicko, I think, is barely spotted out. Urcast. We're looking around the same vicinity, and Urcast just overpeaking maybe a little bit too enthusiastic, but Liaz at the flank has been picked off. So it's all down to Sicko now on this 1-on-2. Gratisfaction is just going to stay hidden. He is going to be sneaky beaky-like, but he doesn't realize he's being spotted out. And Sicko trying to find the headshot right now. He's got the P2K of his own. Gratisfaction hasn't retrieved the rifle. He's still trying to go into the pistol. That's not going to work out.
Oh, that might be some critical damage though, as it puts Sicko down to one-shot territory here for Malta. 19 seconds. Sicko needs to get up to that B bomb, onto the A bomb site. And now is where you favor, obviously, Order to close this round out. But who knows what Malta can do with that AK?
Don't think Malta spotted the transition as Sicko, and Malta doesn't have the kit with him. There was a kit dropped in water. He's not going to be able to access it in time. It's a very open plant. He's got too many corridors to check. He's going to have to guess the best one. And already, no armor, at a health deficit. He hasn't looked behind him. Sicko's won this.
Yeah,
well played, Sicko.
It's impossible pretty much here for Malta unless he just completely runs out onto long, 10 seconds ago or 5 seconds ago. So Malta's not even going to get away with the AK. Very, very good clutch out from Sicko. And I think it was a 1v3 in the end, actually. But you kind of have to hand it to Grayhound there. They have done a lot of damage. And they'll be feeling a little bit more confident after that one. They're just thinking, you know, if all of us had guns there, that was our round. And this is the round where Grayhound have got guns.
On the flip side, those are actually the rounds where you get angry at more. So Grayhound needs to kind of cool off, because in that scenario 3-on-1, I'd be thinking that, if I was a Grayhound member, that I'd throw it. And at this stage, you got to just be wiping that away and looking at the positives instead of the negatives as Gratisfaction gets the first opening pick.
There's a positive for you.
That's a positive, and that's what Grayhound's been focusing on, because it's very easy to be focusing on the negatives right now. Malta's going to go straight back in. He's actually gunning them down through the smoke. He doesn't care if there's smoke there. He can still shoot them. It's not a wall.
Nope, absolutely not. Dexter also spotting the feet of Hats. This round has gone absolutely bottoms up for Order. Players alive. No chance. Grayhound finally finding their first round on the CT side. Still having an amazing game. 27-13.
Can still be Order at this stage. Looking to take a few M4s to make sure Greyhound's CT economy is kept honest.
That's the important thing right now for these two guys left. A lot of money for Order and not a lot for Greyhound. So kills here still matter. Greyhound's not giving them anything easy. Order's being made to work for anything in this round.
And even then, say for example, Order are able to get maybe a 2-on-3 scenario and some explosive entries. It's not as if all of a sudden it's over and done for. They can still win this round. All you got to do is break it down. This is being torched and forced back in a very awkward scenario, but he still comes out on top in the aim deal. I don't understand how.
Ulta's having a blinder. This is maybe one of the best maps of CS we've seen him play in a while. 28-13.
This reminds me of, this is ages ago, right? I don't know if Grayhound were Grayhound. No, they were, right? I think at one of the Zen League finals,
yeah, where
Burn drops a 30 or a 40, and they still lose.
Think that's gonna happen?
I don't know yet, but the rest of the Grayhound members got to step up. You can't just rely on Malta to be doing the heavy lifting on the CT side. 2 bomb sites. All right, you can trust Malta to be locking down this B bomb site. Who's going to step on the A bomb site? It's going to be Gratisfaction and Dexter, because Dexter has been having a shocking game so far. Only 7 kills, and that, for Dexter standards, is pretty atrocious.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the level that he would want to be hitting, that's for sure. But Gratisfaction also hasn't really been having too much success He's had a few nice rounds, a few nice shots with that AWP, but by and large, it's really just been Malta taking rounds here for Grayhound. So I agree. See someone else stepping up alongside him, but the rate we're progressing might be enough here for Grayhound. 1 for 1 there. Too bad, and Satisfaction can't quite land the kill there. Just a shot through the wall or into the leg of Sicko, not sure exactly, but not a kill shot. It did connect. This time Malta is going to come unstuck. Hats progresses on through, wants the tunnel, but Urkas should get this way. He will.
That's a bit of too enthusiastic player coming out from Hats. You've really just got to be giving up that territory at that stage. 22 HP, yeah. You still, at least you can sell the presence. But as soon as you go down, you can't sell anything over to the B-bomb site. And gonna force a lot of work over to this A-bomb site takers now. Satisfaction also a lot of work to do as Sicko's posted up on the angle, tags him down lower. And now Order looking to make their way into the A-bomb site. So many ways that they can do, and Gratisfaction is just going to have to back out for now.
15 seconds, though. If we can come up and deny this plant, which doesn't look possible. Been pretty nice for Greyhounds. Alistair, perfect line there into Gratisfaction. Knows exactly what he's trying to do and shuts him down. No, thank you very much. And this is definitely not the kind of round that Greyhound wants to lose, because puts their money in a dangerous territory. And Liaz would be able to spray both of these two down. Doesn't quite get that kill shot onto Urkas, but puts him down low enough into awful HP territory that too easy for him to close out in the end there. And Greyhound now, they probably need a save here, I think. Don't quite have the money to get enough through. That'll allow Order to that lead just a tiny little bit smaller.
Yeah, I hope they don't overbuy here at this stage. Get a few pistols, and that's about it. Don't overcommit right now. You can get a very good buy in the next round. And Dick Stacey's only gone for the body armor, but no pistol, which is fair enough. He's probably looked at his money and realized had a bit of a mistake buying the body armor. He was probably the poorest out of all of them.
Yeah. This pistol's not really being put to good use here by Greyhound.
Well, who knows just yet? Might be able to sneak away a few kills right now.
Well, this is a very interesting boost, isn't it? I mean, this is kind of the opposite of what you typically see. Alistair is all over it, though. Not going to be caught off guard. It looked like he might for a second, but just has the foresight to check it. Right moment. Now it's all on Gratisfaction. As this rotation comes in through long, he's going to hear it. He's got a lot of players, too many players to deal with. Get rid of EMAG, that's the bomb spotted, but it's not enough done by Gratisfaction, unfortunately, for Greyhound.
And they're still committing over to the A-bomb site. Malta trying to find the timing on one, and once again it's going to be Hats that cops the worst of it. Damage, but Order, they're only 1 round away now. Unless Urkas can sneak away something, I don't really think so.
No, not in a 1v3. If it was 2, you give him a chance, but against 3 it's a little bit... Yeah, I think Order should be just 1 round away. Here for Urkas, he'll just look to find a rifle. And EMAG would have dropped one in bathroom, so that's the AK collected. What Liaz is shooting there.
Question is how well Urkas can navigate all this danger right now, because still so many T's around him. It's like trying to thread a needle right now. Alistair is going to be walking past him, and neither side knows it just yet. Urkas looking to just take the AWP away, but he doesn't realize that there's still Alistair waiting on the lurk.
Yep. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, Bomb and the enemy team. So no warp there through for Greyhound. Satisfaction, he could buy one, glass cannon.
I think he needs to at this stage. They need to get this AWP up and running. The difference really on that long A hold was Gratisfaction not hitting his shot. He hits his shot when Dexter was holding in the previous round. That's 2 for 1 already, and that didn't happen. It was just a 1 for 1 and maybe damage on Sicko, who just needed to stay alive. I think it needs to change for Greyhound, and it needs to start in this round because they're starting to bleed out rounds, and it's a very similar scenario to what Order actually was on Cache. I'd be very scared for Greyhound right now, as opposed to the previous one.
Yeah, Greyhound, they've only won 1 round so far in the second half, so we're talking about how good that first half was. 11-4, looked for sure like they were going to close this one out, but how quickly AL can change.
Well, you got to make the most of the opportunities that you have. And for Greyhound, towards the end of that T half, they'll probably be going, look, 11-4, we'll be happy with that. Yep. But you can also look at a different way and route that you could have actually gotten ahead in terms of, oh, look, we could have been up, 12-3, 13-2.
Yeah, definitely. What a difference that would still be making, you know? 13-10. Potentially.
14-9, yeah. It would be the biggest difference. It would be a massive difference right now. Dexter, speaking of differences, Dexter needs a bit of difference right now, but Alistair's already covering the angle, and... Not going to check it, though?
Uh-oh, that's gone a little bit awry for Dexter. He makes it work anyway. This is the kind of round that he needed to have. It was really a troublesome round for him, but he's managed to get away with 2 kills. Can't get any more. Not enough, though. With 25 seconds on the clock, Order just have to barrel into that A-bomb site. And look at this setup that Grayhound have got. 3 on the site. Malta on the flank around the back. Surely there's no way for Order to win this round. Gratisfaction gets rid of Hats, and that was the only chance I feel for Order. If Hats would have gotten 2 there on the entry. But now, it's going to be too little too late. The time is going to run out here for Sicko. Malta going to be running away. Sicko can't get anything done. It's a critical round win for Grayhound, but an expensive one.
Yeah, and it was really just down to the fact that Dexter got 2 kills there and just slowed everything down.
Yeah, it was still a very shaky round.
And the question is now, alright, Grayhound have lost 4 weapons, which means they're not going to have any utility whatsoever. What are they going to do in this round? What can they can't rely on doing the same thing again. You can't expect to get lucky for the next 3 rounds. Order isn't going to allow that. I mean,
Both
you can.
teams' money's absolutely cooked as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's... Dice choice for both sides at the moment. I don't know who called the tactical pause here. I wouldn't be surprised from either side, in all honesty.
It was Order.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a Grayhound tactical pause either. But
yeah.
it does allow them at least to go through what they want to be doing, because Order, this is also potentially a final roll at the dice, because if they lose this one, 14-11, you take 1 eco, it's match point, so you're going to be forcing from that point onwards. Similarly for Grayhound, you lose this, you're on a double eco.
Yeah, this is...
That means Order's back in the lead, so absolutely critical they take this. And it's going down to the B-bomb, so with Malta, he's just knocked out of the fight immediately. And Urkast, he's got a UMP. That's not an assault rifle. He's trying to do his best, but it's not an M4.
Some very low HP players here, though, for Grayhound. Dick Stacey, he doesn't have much to work with, but it might just be enough if he can get some tags. Oh, the timing for Dick Stacey. He drops the bomb carrier. Doesn't matter too much. There's plenty of time for Order, but Dick Stacey really is... Goal Gratisfaction! I don't know what kind of a shot that was. It's all happening right now, Kevin. It's just an absolute bloodbath right now, but I think Dick Stacey has done enough there to buy the time for his rotators to come across. Gratisfaction with an insane shot as well with that AWP. It leaves EMAG now in a 1 versus 2, and oh my goodness, Grayhound. That was a very trying CT round for them, but they get the job done in the end and put themselves on 14.
That was all, like, once again, it's down to hero plays. And Dick Stacey, he had a rough game, but what a time to step up. The big rig finally goes big. Took a while, but he's up and going, and what a way to do it with an MP7, just dancing around the smoke and making Order look like idiots. That's the only way I could say it.
Yeah, it's, I mean, like, you're not necessarily going to expect a guy to come flying out of a smoke with an SMG like that, are you? I don't know, maybe there was a flashbang for him as well. I don't think there was.
He was just able to channel it.
But, like, that's the kind of play that sometimes you need to make, right?
Yeah, exactly. And Urkos...
It hasn't really helped their economy. The money's still low, but Order is... Yeah, they're cooked now.
Yeah, their books are in the red, so to speak. And Urkast, I mean, I want to say as well, Urkast was able to do a lot of damage to the UMP on the back of the flashbang. He didn't get any kills, but it did contribute to Dick Stacey having an easier time with the MP7, because Urkast is going to be calling this a few low. Dick Stacey is going to get the confidence, and he finds the low targets, and he manages to get a lot of them off timing as well at the same time. Really, it was a perfect storm for Grayhound, the worst kind for Order, and not the situation you want to be in right now. They're going to be coming in through unders, though.
Not over just yet. Order might catch Grayhound on the rotation here. Dexter just having a look to make sure he can slow things down for Gratisfaction to get out there, and that's really well done from Grayhound. They recognize the danger that they're in, and they back out now. So, goes back to where it should be. So, a moment of chance for Order, but now Grayhound really starting to close this one out.
And small opportunities are presenting themselves now to Grayhound, and they're just making sure they're taking every single opportunity possible. And that flashbang isn't going to be affecting Dexter at all. He's done very well to lock down this A-bomb site so far. Not going to be another ace for him this time around, but I mean, losing a single weapon here. not going to be too upset for Grayhound. You can buy up into this. You've got at least a bit of money to work with now. And for Order, this is do or die. They're going to be playing for overtime.
At least they can get the guns across, but the utility's not good for them. B-Mag's got 650 to spend. What's he going to go for? Smoke and a flash? Gives them enough for an execute here. They've got 3 mollies, 3 smokes, 4 smokes, 4 flashbangs. So, yeah, it's enough for Order, but they're going to have to be pretty frugal with those utilities. And the flip side, Grayhound can do whatever they want. Already a very, very aggressive incendiary out from Dexter. Double nade here. Doesn't do as much damage as I thought it was going to.
You see, that's really down to Order just angling their bodies to make sure that it ricochets. That's why the HEs don't do that much damage.
Although, definitely should be Grayhound's match to take now. 4 chances at match point. Order have been good so far on that T side. Get a little bit of that mojo back. Maybe this is the round.
Look at Dexter. Look at this confidence to push back in right now after he's made contact. That is so ballsy. He clears out so much territory by himself, and at the same time, he goes that there's no one over at the A bomb site. Malta is going to make an information play in the back of the flashbang. Doesn't spot anything out. Oh boy, it's a matter of seconds right now between both sides. 40 seconds left on the timer. Order eventually have to commit to this B bomb site. It's too late to rotate over to a different angle.
That's a critical kill as well for Liaz, because that's going to put a shadow of doubt in the mind of Grayhound. They're not seeing anything on A just yet, but they're thinking maybe something's going to happen. So those B players ready to rotate, maybe not quite as ready to deal with the offensive here on that B bomb side, and Malta goes down as well in the monster tunnel. Well, at least he gets the info there for the CTs, but they have so much work to do. Urkas and Dick Stacey. As Hats comes charging on forward, Urkas can't do anything, and Dick Stacey on 10%. He'll go down as well. Gratisfaction on his own, spamming away with his pistol. This round is definitely going the way of Order.
Les is going to be securing the retreat as well. So that's a beautiful round coming out from Order. Just patience biting, trusting Liaz to be opening up the extremity, and it works beautifully as well. Malta's suspecting that something's going on, so he goes for a push, but he gets caught out by that strategy. And Grayhound gonna have to eco just once, I'd say.
Yeah, looks like just the one. Malta might be a bit worse for wear after that, but all in all, everyone else should get really good buys.
I think decent buys would be it. I wouldn't be surprised actually to see Grayhound double eco in all honesty. Make sure that you're securing all the advantages. I don't know. It's a difference of philosophy sometimes. You can still be combat effective with 4,000, but you can also wait for 6,000 as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a choice that they have to make, and might get to see it fairly shortly, because this round doesn't look like it's going to amount to really anything.
The old stock standard, what happens when an anti-eco goes right. You like seeing it, but at the same time, it's not really exciting. It's just like an old dish that was an average dish, and you're going back to it.
I have no idea what that analogy was.
There are some dishes at restaurants that if you were served, you wouldn't have a problem with eating it, but it wouldn't be your pick, and you wouldn't go back for that dish.
Right.
That is what this round is at the moment. I don't mind it because it's a semblance of everything that's right. AK should come out on top of pistols, but at the same time, it is a bit boring.
Yep, I guess I can see your point. Okay, let's see what Grayhound has decided to go for here. It'll be the double eco. Pistol armor. Stacey buying CZ and armor. Does confirm that. Dexter with a scout. Something we see every day. Workable though for Grayhound. But it's going to be the next round that this all boils down to.
Depends. Even if Grayhound are able to sneak away maybe a few kills right now, then it could still boil back in their favor. Looking to commit out this B pipe. And Malta. It's going to hear the flashbang. Oh my goodness. Could have absolutely ruined that attack, but even then, there is going to be flank pressure coming in from all sides at this particular point in time.
Overpass with the CZ has some work to do. He gets the kill on the Hats. He'll be chased down by EMAG. But now it's into a 1v2. Dexter does have a scout. Gonna fairly decent attempt from Grayhound, but maybe just not enough. Dexter's very, very sneaky. He made a bit of noise picking up the gun or doing something, and oh dear, he's found Sicko. Now this is doable. It's just a scout still for Dexter in the USP, so EMAG has got the weapon advantage, but all it takes is one shot, and Dexter gets the job done. Grayhound have won on the eco. Now, Order not going to be too pleased with that one, Kev.
You know what we talk about high rolls and low rolls? Like, low rolls and high rolls?
Yeah.
That was a high roll and a half on a scout. And that is a big victory for Grayhound. 2-0. Oh boy.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate there for Order for it to end like that, but I think at the end of the day, it was always kind of Greyhound's match to lose there on Overpass, and it was feeling like a case of if not when for a bit there, but it really, like you said, it was always kind of going to be Greyhound likely to close that one out. But anyway, Kev, that's the end of our broadcast for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and thanks everyone for tuning in as well. Obviously, there's going to be more of the Shanghai qualifiers going on. That's going to be, again, I think tomorrow, actually, so you can make sure you tune in.